Alright, how you doing everyone? It's Green Zero and I am back here bringing you another VOD today. I know it's been a while since my last one, it's been like a week and a half or something like that. I have been very busy and I don't get paid for this, I'm doing it for love. So just bear with me, I'll try to bring some more games. I've got some more holidays coming up, so maybe some new portal articles there. Vivo's been asking for some, I know he has. Anyway, let's jump into this game here. We have eXs.Pulse, who's obviously Eclipse, and revive.EX, and I don't know who that is. No idea who he is. I think he may be new to game replays, although judging by the comments I read in the replay. I did actually download this replay pretty soon after it was uploaded. It's actually generating a lot of wubbage, so it's probably going to hit the popular replays tab before this VOD goes live, because it will be delayed in the editing. Yes, my apologies there. Anyway, let's jump straight in and see who we got. So, revive.EX, pretty sure he may be from China. Not quite too sure. Anyway, he's drawn, looks like he's drawn a Nod faction, probably Black Hand. I think he's Black Hand. Eclipse on the other hand, or eXs.Pulse as he goes by now. But no one's ever going to call him that, we're going to call him Eclipse. He has dealt a Scrin faction. We'll have to wait until he builds something before we can determine what he is. He's definitely not Travel 59, he's either Scrin Vanilla or Reaper 17. Again, these were random matchups, so there's no way to tell which faction's which, unless you use the replay browser, which I do have, and I do use it a lot, but I didn't check out this game because obviously I don't want to know how long it is or anything like that, so I can just see, I don't know what's going to happen. It looks like Black Hand is the deal for revive.EX. I'm just going to call him Revive, I guess, since I really don't know any other Smurf names or names. And look at that, was he going to put down, I think he was trying to booby trap that structure there, maybe not quite sure if he went through. It looks like Reaper 17 there. CGF did buzz me on Xfire, but I'm not going to respond to him because, yeah. A lot of the other guys in the 1.3 say he's a bit annoying, but I reckon he's fine. Anyway, I don't know if he's going to enjoy me saying that or what. But anyway, he's in charge of the 1.03, so he gets a lot of attention, I guess, from me, because Talons is getting a lot of tweaking. Railgun Accelerators looks pretty freaking awesome right now. If anyone hasn't seen that with the 1.03.17, I think we're up to, the Railgun Accelerator looks, it's awesome, man. Like, the effects on it are not even noticeable in 1.02, but in 1.03, oh man, it makes everyone aware of it. Anyway, one of these engineers from Eclipse has made it to a spike down there, so he's got an extra spike, so that's going to be nice. Extra spike, second ref down now, no, not second ref down yet, there we go. That's interesting, not going for a second engineer, but delaying the drop of the refinery there. He kept his barracks alive. He's actually powering it down to maintain his power, although he's still low on power, not anymore, there goes the power plant. I'm not sure, maybe he thought Eclipse was going to rush him. Obviously he knows, I think he knows that Scrin is, I think he knows Eclipse is Scrin now. He's got scouts here, I'm not quite sure if he's made it into the base. But yeah, so if in a random matchup, I guess you can keep your barracks just in case you might need to drop some rockets for bike harassment, because bike buggy on this level, pretty potent. It's a very good level for it. One shard walker out now by Eclipse, going for eco. Classic eco there. We'll see where Revive, his scouts are down here. He hasn't really made his way into Eclipse's base. There is a buggy though, and it's obviously seen that shard walker, and he's going to go, alright, shard walker, definitely know he's Reaper 17, obviously, because they're the only faction that gets shard walker, very devastating as infantry and air. Even without any of its upgrades, it gets 2 upgrades, and that just makes it devastating, especially since it's a very cheap unit. It does what it's supposed to do very, very well. Resistant to rockets somewhat as well, which is, yeah, not good. Anyway, looks like dual war factory here for Revive. That shard walker more than likely going to scout this if it moves a little bit closer, trying to target fire down the bike, but no, it looks like Eclipse is going to back off. You can see the MCV's gone. He's probably thinking that it's only just one war factory, because the MCV probably would still be there if it was 2 war factory. But yeah, he's going to be like, alright, bike buggy's coming. I know bike buggy is coming. He's probably going to build something along the lines of harvesters. There we go. Oh, nice work. He's got 2 harvesters down there. He's actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. He's sending another harvester, so he's hit 2 harvesters from his main field down there, so he's splitting his economy very interestingly. I guess he's probably getting ready to place a second ref down there. I would have thought if he sent an extra harvester, he's probably getting ready for a second ref, because 1 harvester on 3 refs isn't the greatest ratio in the world. Looks like Seeker tanks will be coming out for Eclipse. He's got these guys moving along here. They will handle these bike buggy kind of okay, depends if they stay together, and here they are, they're going to come up here, and obviously those buggies, so they're able to tank a fair amount of rocket damage, although I'm pretty sure the Seekers do cannon damage. I'm not quite sure on the Seekers, they're an interesting unit. What's happening down here, looks like the bikes have moved in, oh man, and Eclipse has spread himself thin. This is not good. 2 of those harvesters trying to make a run for it. That one actually turning around and coming back. Eclipse needs to do something. He's pulling back these Seeker tanks now, but they're a long way from where they need to be. There's 1 Seeker tank coming down now. 1 harvester is down. Now Reaper 17 harvesters, obviously by far the hardest harvester there is to kill, because it's got that shield on it, and that just makes it absorb that few extra rockets, which is, it just makes it so much harder. It's harder to kill than a heavy harvester. Heavy harvester is the second best harvester you can have. Looks like some scouts going around there. Revive is expanding. Yeah, heavy harvester, second best harvester you can have, because it has a little bit more HP than the regular harvester. It can survive like 1 or 2 more rockets, which really isn't that much. But it's weaponless, which doesn't make it good against killing infantry. It really needs to just run them over. And it looks like these bikes have come around here and eclipsed whereas his units. They're all out of position. He's got Seekers all over the map, and they're all pulling back. I'm not sure that's necessary to handle these bikes. He could be counter-attacking the field. Like, he could have moved them across and attacked this base here, although the dual Scorpions coming out now. These bikes getting another harvester there. I think he's dropped about 3 at least. With these bikes, 2 of them were from down here. He's got disintegrators guarding down there, but all the Seeker tanks are being they're being spread all over the map. They're not really doing anything. They're actually moving away from these bikes now, and here we go. They're moving up here. They may be out, those bikes may be able to get 1 more harvest. If they do, that'll be a very, very big plus, but no, not quite. No, he's going to lose all his bikes. He committed all his bikes there, and he just did not finish off that harvester, so it definitely wasn't worth it. That harvester is going to get some repairs there. Although screen harvesters do heal themselves over Tiberium, so yeah, he probably could get that refining straight away, although obviously a lot faster to heal it at the war factory there. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to let the repair drone just heal it up just enough once the shield gets back on. And harvesters being built as well. Looks like the warp sphere is producing more harvesters. There is triple refinery down here from Eclipse. Oh man, he's been under siege by these bike buggy, and there really hasn't been that much commitment from Revive. He's only been using a handful of bikes and buggies, so I'm assuming he's probably got a lot of Scorpion tanks. There you go. It's not a lot, there's a few. There's more probably streaming across. There you go, streaming across now, but he's got his expansion up and he's got his tier 2 as well, so he has been spending his money on other things, not just reinforcing the bike buggy. He's tech switched to these Scorpion tanks, which will of course defeat Seeker tanks. Oh no, the Seeker tanks are moving all the way across the field there. There's actually no defense on there. Let's see how well that attack goes. It looks like Eclipse is pushing forward. He's going to try to defend this off with a Disintegrator Squad's good idea, but there's quite a few buggies there now, and that's going to really fend those guys down. So looks like the Seeker tanks are still going to press their attack, which is a good idea. There's no point pulling them back. They're at the base. They might as well destroy stuff now. I think Eclipse, look at that, phasing those harvesters. He's got a tech center. Nice work. Anyway, he's trying to pump out Disintegrator Squads, but he needs to do something about those buggies. Actually, a Mechapede coming as well. That'll really help him. Depends what it's loaded with. It's loaded with shards, not the best against armor, but really, if you load the whole thing out with shards, I guess it can take these Scorpion tanks relatively easily. But there's a Storm Column there, and that's going to make a big difference. Those Scorpion tanks can take forever to destroy that. Looks like the Seeker tanks down here are being met by infantry. That's not good. Eclipse needs to get away from those infantry. Looks like one Mechapede is down, by the way. That Storm Column is destroying so many tanks and buggies. A few of these tanks pulling across the field, but now the Disintegrator Squads are free to destroy them. No, they're being pulled back. That's not good. Eclipse needs to manage himself a little bit better there. It looks like all of his Seeker tanks have been cleaned up by the infantry. Oh no, wait, 3 of them have slipped through. I'm not sure they're going to get a harvester though. They're so terribly badly damaged that they're all probably going to go down very quickly, and yes they are. And these Scorpion tanks are still going. They may be able to get another harvester. Quite a few harvesters have been destroyed. One is sitting idly there. That's not good, Eclipse. These Disintegrator Squads will finish off these tanks, but not before they get another harvester. Oh man, that's really adding up. Eclipse has spent so much money on harvesters in this game. And there we go, finally, those Disintegrator Squads obviously destroying all of those Scorpion tanks. The Scorpion tanks got no chance to kill Disintegrators. That Storm Column obviously causing quite a lot of damage. He's going for an expansion too, so you want to get that Harvester reworking. What's happening up here? Oh, there's 4 Mechapede heads there. He needs to do something with those. Oh, look at all that power. How vulnerable is that power? There are 4 fully upgraded power plants there. And any pro knows, and if you're a mid or a noob or whatever, and you don't realize power plants are so tactically whatever. I mean, if you knock the opponent's power out, all their build slows to a crawl. It slows to a crawl. They can't power their base defenses. They can't power their tech structures. They can't use support powers. All their upgrades stop if they're at tech structures. And yeah, it just takes them forever to build stuff, especially if you knock it down to a certain point. It takes double the time to build structures. You clog up their build. Power plants have very, very, very low health. They're a very low health building, and considering these ones are upgraded, they're providing a lot of power. They're very vulnerable there. Something could just walk up and take them out. It looks like Revive is going for some infantry. He's gone back to bikes now, so he's really got a nice unit mix going. There are a few Scorpion tanks there. What else has he got? He hasn't really got much else there. Oh no, wait, there's a Flame tank. Oh man, because he's Blackhand, he gets the elite, not the elite, the veteran one. Looks like a gravity stabilizer for Eclipse. I'm not sure why he'd be wanting to go air at the moment, especially since Reaper 17 can only build Storm Riders from their air or gravity stabilizer. I guess they can build drone platforms if he needs it. Maybe he's putting it down just in case he loses his drone platform. There we go. One of the power plants is down. This is what I was talking about. Those are very, very vulnerable structures. And the spike has gone down too. That flame tank needs to move on. Look at all these Mechapedes though. Oh man, he's got all those heads and he's loaded them all with shards. And these Scorpion tanks really haven't got much chance of probably destroying those. And look, Shard. He's got Shard upgrade too. Shard launches on his photon cannons. So that's a Interesting upgrade. The bikes are coming back. Obviously no match for those shards. If they get Tib Core, they could probably target down the head pretty quickly, but yeah, it just depends on the positioning, the number of bikes, and who does what. It's not. It's really like mutual destruction a lot of the time here, so it's going to be an interesting game. Anyway, Eclipse has finished this field here. Revive has not quite finished that field. He should expand about now though, because look, his Tiberium is running very, very low. He's got his tech center. He's probably going for a Redeemer. The bikes are pulling back to base. The Mechapeds are going to chase them down. Probably not chase them down, but head in that direction. He's got really good map control with these 4 Mechapeds. His main field here is very lightly defended. There's obviously one shard photon cannon, or shard cannon, which I'm going to call him here. He's got 2 drone platforms. What's going on there? And those Mechapeds, are they engaging? Yes, they are. The Scorpion tanks really can't hope to destroy too many of them. Decoy army being cast. Eclipse probably saw that was a decoy army, but that's just going to take him his sweet time killing those bikes, because a lot of the decoys will draw the fire, and there you go. He almost managed to snipe one of those Mechapeds. It's very badly damaged. So he's going to be liking that. He's just going to pull back. He's probably going for, yes, he is going for an upgrade. I would assume it's Tib Core, because if those bikes get Tib Core, they could just run in, swipe at the head, and destroy the Mechapede. And that'll be costly for Eclipse, because it's 1600 for the head, plus another 100 for each segment, so there's quite a lot invested in these Mechapeds here. He can't afford to lose them. He doesn't have to worry about air, I guess, in this match, because Blackhand has no air, and that's a good thing about facing Blackhand. You never have to worry about air, so there should be no reason to build air defenses or any strong AA units. So he's not going to have to worry about that at all. Rage Gen just went off. Oh, powering down the structures. You can see the photon cannons. They're firing at their own units there, and Eclipse powers them down. That's a very, very, very nice trick there to stop them from raging their own units. And it looks like he's going to get in anyway. There's quite a few infantry squads here, and the Redeemer as a meat shield. I think Eclipse, he's in all sorts of trouble. Look at those harvesters just streaming in. I don't think he should do that. Look at all the disintegrators coming out. The Mechapeds are going to join the show. There's one Reaper tripod. He needs to get that Reaper tripod right up to the Redeemer so he can emp it. And look at that. Dual buzzer hives coming out. Obviously Revive may need to manage himself a little bit better. And look, Eclipse is coming in. He's going to smash this attack, I think. Look at that. The Redeemer obviously not standing up to that. A lot of those disintegrators aren't being flamed by the Redeemer. And oh, the rear armor too. Rear armor taking so much more damage from those disintegrator squads. And look at that. Oh, Tib Core finally knocks out a few of those Mechapeds. 3 Mechapeds go down. So that's kind of a consolation there for Revive. He did manage to knock down a few of these Mechapeds. There's only 2 left, so it's not going to be too devastating. Eclipse has managed to secure this blue field completely. He's got those disintegrator squads. Obviously the bikes are going to be useless. Completely useless against those, so there's no point attacking them. And look at this, Revive has moved to the middle field. He doesn't have any kind of harvesting operations up there, which is really bad for him. I think he should have had harvesting operations there now, because he's out of Tib. He should move all these harvesters, like pretty much every single one of them, to the main field, except maybe that one, get that one to dock, because he's going to need the money. But these ones are delivering almost no Tiberium. He could sell off one of the refs, maybe sell off a power plant that isn't upgraded, or just anything to get some money to get to the middle field, although I don't know how much money he does have. He's obviously working on a ref now. Those Tib Core bikes, oh man, smashing the stasis chamber there. Eclipse isn't going to like that. He's going to lose his support power, and here we go. He's probably going to snipe down these Mechapeds. Yes, those Mechapeds, there's only 2 left now, 1 left, and that's going to be the end of those Mechapeds. They're actually going to snipe down a Reaper tripod. Look at that Reaper tripod though. It's just destroying so many bikes in the progress. You can see all the dead bike husks there. Obviously getting both the husk and the Mechapede there, which is pretty good for him. He's got enough bikes left over to smash these power plants. Oh man, it's coming back to haunt him, and Eclipse is just going to sell them off. He is just going to sell them up. They only sell for $300 as we saw there. That's how much reactors for the screen? I don't know. The power plants do differ in price from faction to faction sometimes, but again, if you upgrade them with their fusion core, it's another, how much is that? It's $400, so that actually makes the power plant about $1,000, or worth about $1,000. I'm not quite sure on the price of the reactor again. And he's destroying the tech center. He's going to go down. There's a heroic bike there as well. Nice work. Those photon cannons destroying it. But like I said about the power plant, if you upgrade them and then you sell them, you're really not getting 50% of your value for that reactor back. Again, so you got to be careful about selling upgraded power plants, because yeah, you won't get 50% of the value back. You get less because you've invested more on it, and the sell price doesn't go up there. So those bikes getting away there, that was a very nice raid. That got Revive right back into that game, I think. There's a heroic bike there, but he destroyed a lot of infrastructure and got a lot of units of Eclipses then. Eclipse has got blue Tib. He obviously has mined that out completely. Some harvesters sitting idly around. One of those drone platforms is making a move. Eclipse is sold up a little bit over here. Could get these guys to go scour around, see what's going on. Those bikes are moving through the middle of the map. Looks like Revive has a nice infantry army there. You think he would have moved it to the center field, although he's got got scorpion tanks to defend, but really, I think, has he got his charge particle upgrade? No, he doesn't. It's just regular shredder turrets. It probably should be enough to fend these guys off. He just needs to get rid of that Reaper tripod, which is it's what's making that group there pretty scary. In fact, if he gets rid of the tripod, he could probably clean the disintegrators up with his base defenses. But that's not good. Harvesters wandering into this field. They're not stealth, so they're going to be destroyed pretty quickly by those shard cannons there. And there we go. And that is another drone ship there. He's got 3 drone ships. I'm not quite sure. Maybe he's going for an all-out base defense spam, but I don't think he has any money for that really. And that tripod trying to snipe it down there, that's what I was talking about. I mean, if he's going for triple base defense dropping, I can't see where he's getting the money to do it. He's got 2 spikes. He has secured the other spike, by the way. I'm not sure how long he's had that for. But there you go, dropping those guys down. 2 of them, there is a little bit of animation delay there. They drop down to kind of form, and then they start firing like a second or 2 after you really think they should. But they're very powerful, and they will smash those bikes. There we go, the Reaper tripod is down. That's what I was talking about. Once the tripod goes down, those disintegrator squads really can't do too much. They'll never catch the bikes, not unless Revive makes a mistake. But there you go, dropping dual buzzer hives now. Probably would like to drop some buildings in front of those to defend. There is a portal there. That's going to make the infantry run a little bit closer than they need to be. Harvesters going down from both sides now. That's not good. And these shard launchers there, they really shouldn't worry about. I'm not sure how good they are against infantry. And there we go. That's nice work by Eclipse. He's got the disintegrator squads working on those bikes. They do manage to get in range there. That's very good. He's actually got heroic ones up there from the Redeemer kill. And look at this, the buzzer hive sitting behind those reactors. Oh man. And all the infantry, pretty much all the infantry are gone now. So that is going to be a big plus for Eclipse there to hold out. He really needs to get an extractor down, because it is, as you can see, Revive is harvesting here, and Revive, all he needs to do is defend, and he's going to have all that tib, and Eclipse is going to have nothing. And I think he can win the game if he secures this. He's already got harvesting operations there. He's already getting harvesters. Not getting harvesters, he's getting Tiberium, although some of them are coming in a little bit sooner than they need to be. He may be microing his harvesters just to get the money. He's probably low on cash. Eclipses, I'd imagine he'd be pretty low on cash, but he's still dual dropping, triple dropping these photon cannons. Oh man, those spikes are obviously funding him. Maybe he's leeching some Tiberium off the tiny little bit of fields over here, and we did see him reclaim his tripod husk there. That's nice work, and look at those guys there, just destroying all the harvesters. Eclipse has got a pretty good build rate, so he can actually place a lot further forward than he's actually placing right now. So it's a very defensive push, and there goes the buzzer hives. Oh man, one goes down straight away, obviously because they have no health, but the rest of those infantry will be destroyed. And look at that, the bikes even sacrificing themselves a little bit there, trying to snipe out the Reaper tribal. They almost got it. They're going to come back and take a swing at that heroic bike there. Oh no, the heroic bike went down. Oh man, that's not good. He was really relying on that one to do quite a lot of damage there. And I mean, it did do quite a lot of damage over the course of the game, but he has finally lost it. That Reaper tripod just too powerful for it. And Eclipse now still without an extractor here. He needs to get an extractor, or refinery if you don't know what an extractor is. That's just the screen word for it. There you go. Looks like yes, refinery is the word for Nod and GDI, and these disintegrator squads have somehow managed to clean those infantry up, and they're actually going to go kill harvesters. He needs to watch out. There's Cabal squads there. They're chasing that one harvester. They may be able to get one more, and a sell-off of a ref. That's a nice sell-off though, because this ref here was in danger of getting attacked by the base defenses, where this one here is quite a long way away. Disintegrator's getting cleaned up. There's an obelisk there now, so that's not going to please Eclipse, especially since he could probably place some Revive could probably place a silo or something in front of that obelisk of light to prevent these base defenses shooting at it, because I'm pretty sure these guys don't shoot over buildings, whereas tier 3, actually the obelisk itself will shoot over buildings. I'm pretty sure it will. And those photon cannons obviously managing to clean it up amazingly. That harvester not bringing in as much as it should. That's probably not good. Eclipse selling off a lot of his base defenses there. Big sell up. What else has he got? A few random buzzer squads from sell ups over there. A lot of it. Look at this, lot of reactors in the middle of the map there, obviously to power all those base defenses he's dropping, but a bike raid or a raid down there in general. And oh no, he sold off his other refinery. Revive sold off his other refinery. That is interesting. He's actually got supercharged particle upgrade too. Oh, regular charged particle beam, always get that wrong. It's a mock upgrade. But yeah, there's actually a stealth assimilator sitting on the field there. That's very difficult to see even for Eclipse, I think, to watch. That's there. And just one moment. And click, and I'm back. There we go. Everyone can hear the click of my mic though, if that's turned up loud enough, because the mic does get quite a few of the ambient sound effects in there. Anyway, it looks like a few of the another harvest going down there. Oh man, I'm all disorientated because I looked away from the screen for a second, and then I forgot what was going on. But there is actually 4 photon cannons. No, 3. Sorry, he's just managed to knock one of them down. These bikes though really shouldn't be engaging them. They should be going around and attacking this. Look at that, completely undefended. and that would cripple Eclipse, especially since he hasn't got an extractor up there. He could definitely sell off 1 or even 2 of his drone platforms. He doesn't really need this base push anymore, because Revive has really just fallen away from this area. I'm not sure what he's doing. He may be going for another Redeemer. His tech center, though, he obviously sold it at some stage and replaced it on the front line, but it is being attacked by this photon cannon, and it's actually doing quite a lot of damage. And there we go, a fake Temple of Nod, but that will be destroyed very, very quickly. The bikes are coming in, but they really need to watch out. These other photon cannons are going to take a swing at them, and that's probably going to cost him a few bikes. Just 1, that's very lucky. A few of the others taking some serious damage. He sells his tech center. Did that cancel his Redeemer? I think he canceled his Redeemer, and he's going back to bikes now. And finally, we have an extractor here from Eclipse, so there we go. That fake Temple of Nod obviously going to go down very quickly to these units here. All those black hand going down from there. And look at that, he's moving his MCV away. I really didn't think he could just afford to give up this field. I mean, what's he going to do for Tiberium? He's got 1 spike. There is a little bit of Tiberium here he can do something with, but he's pretty much leeching a dead field there. There's actually 2 full harvesters. He needs to get that other harvester up there. He's got a little bit of money to work with, and here we go. It looks like he's going to take out one of these drone platforms, and one of them has already been sold by the looks of it. So Eclipse has sold up over there, and this is what I was talking about. It looks like Revive has realized there's a big weakness over here in the fact that this whole area is undefended. You can just destroy all these buildings, and that will really set Eclipse back. Maybe just enough for him to make another push on the middle field here, but that drone platform, he could have sold it for 1750. Is he going to save it? He may be able to save it, and he's destroyed almost all of the bikes in the process. Oh man, it's so close to dying, and it does go down. So really, he could have sold it for 1750, but he destroyed a lot of bikes by keeping it there and keeping those base defenses firing at them. Even Buzzer Hive's joining in on the show there, but he's still got 1, so it's not going to matter. Maybe Revive thinks that was his only 1, I'm not quite sure. And he is targeting the spikes now. This is a good idea. It's super, super, super late game. This is a long game now. It is primarily because a lot of the Tiberium is run out, and these guys are really working the units a lot more than they normally would. They're trying to keep as much alive as possible. They've got to go back to these other fields there. As you can see, there's a little bit of Tiberium you can leech from there. And the construction yard obviously stalled out. There's some infantry to defend, but Eclipse doesn't really have any offensive units left, and he's just about to lose his last spike. And then these bikes will be free to go around and clean up this base, clean up that base. And I mean, Eclipse has been milking every single shred of Tiberium out of these fields here now, but the blue field is actually starting to grow back, and he does not have a build radius there. There's no build radius. He can't place any structures here because power plants don't give you build radius, and neither do base defenses. And here you go, these bikes now. Oh no, there's 1 photon cannon to defend. I think Revive, he really should realize that there's only 1 drone platform left, and it's just a hollow threat. He can just go around that 1 photon cannon and just target whatever, but he's going back to base. I'm not quite sure if this is going to work. There's actually 2 extractors there now and 3 harvesters, and he's called in Arcor Seed. Didn't really need to spend the money on that considering how much of that field is left, or I guess in the super, super long run that will help him, depending how long it takes him to harvest that. But really, I don't think he has to worry about it. I think Eclipse is just like, alright, I've got this field. I've got pretty much got the most Tiberium, or any at all Tiberium that's left on the map under my control. I'm just going to sit back, get some harvesters, and build up an army. It looks like he's re-teching by the looks of it, so he's not taking any chances against this player. He's probably got this far in the game and he's thinking, alright, I don't want to lose it at this stage in the game. I'm in a good position, but I'm not sure what Revive is going to do. He's replaced his tech center. What is he going to go for a Redeemer? I wouldn't think he had enough money. He's spending every ounce of money. You see he's leeching this field. He has no build radius there, obviously because he sold up at some stage. Still selling structures down here. And there go the bikes. It's only 4 remaining, which is pretty sad. They do have Tib Core. 1 is a veteran, so they may be able to inflict some damage. That's actually 5. No, sorry, there was 1's way out in front there. He's even cleaning up the Tiberium on these dead spikes, so that's nice work. We can see Eclipse has already done that on his. He does hold 1 spike over here, and the infantry numbers are growing a little bit, just a little bit. He's probably got, if this is a Redeemer, he may be back in the fight. It depends what Eclipse does. I mean, Eclipse really doesn't have anything to counter a Flame Redeemer right now. These photon cannons can just be walked around, and he can go over here. There's only one drone platform. He has retech, so he needs something to take out a Redeemer. Yeah, there we go, it's out now. So he Eclipse, even though he has this field secured, he really needs to right now work on something to take that Redeemer out, because if Revive attacks straight away, which is probably what he's going to do, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, and I'm not quite sure where the bikes have gone. Where have the bikes gone? They're probably back at base. No, I can't. Yeah, there they are. They should definitely be going around and trying to harass Eclipse somewhere else. So you can't really throw them at a frontal assault. I mean, they could support this army by flanking, but really, I mean, I guess this is where the Tiberium is, so Revive is going to make a move, and there is a Warp Chasm, so Hexapod is going to come out finally for Eclipse. Epic units in games this long are usually just continuous, which is quite sad considering that the faction or the side that seems to just rely too heavily on the epic unit will be destroyed by a pro player very, very quickly. Anyway, it looks like he's going to make a move. He's got an engineer and a flame unit inside that redeem there. He's going to rage gen off these units, but it does not affect any of them. Oh man, it didn't range. That was interesting. Not ranging any of those units there. That was quite unique. This blue field, oh man, there's so much Tiberium there. This harvester coming back to these dead spikes here, but really he should, I guess he can't go there because of those 2 photon cannons. But you probably want to see this fight that's happening out here, so I'll stop talking about blue Tiberium and we'll see what's going to happen up here. He's just destroying these outlying buildings, and that's just a start. And he can outrange these photon cannons. That is pretty significant there. He can outrange them. Eclipse is selling up. If he gets within flame range, and he is getting within flame range now, he can destroy those structures very, very, very quickly. Those 2 buzzer hives are quite exposed over there. Did he call in a support power there? I'm not quite sure if he did. But that Redeemer could just go and destroy these guys. The Redeemer could flank around. The infantry could go down the guts. There's a lot of Cabals there. There's a lot of buzzers up there. And I've seen screen players do this to counter an imp spam when they don't have the time or the effort to put out the Shard Walkers or any other anti-imp unit. They just mass a ton of buzzers and just run them through on a formation move, which is what he's doing. Not quite a formation move, maybe a move order, but that did not work too well at all. I've seen that be devastating, but the thing is that all these squads here, they're all Cabals. I mean, what was he expecting? I mean, it wasn't as if he was charging rocket squads, he was charging Cabals, and the Hexapod is getting targeted down very quickly. There goes the phase. That's just going to delay this attack a little bit more. I think he should, he obviously needs to stop shooting at that and start shooting at buildings and harvesters. These bikes now have an opportunity to go on and snipe some harvesters. And all these units here, again, they're all Cabal squads, so I just don't think the buzzers were going to work on that. If it was a rocket squad spam, it probably would have worked. I mean, I saw that in Ladder Wars a few days ago when Ionian just went all out buzzer swarms against a rocket spam. There weren't enough Cabals in there and they lost, but that was all Cabals and there was just so many of them. Here we go. Gonna snipe some harvesters. Oh man, look how much health that had. Hardly any. The Corruptors are actually going to heal it a little bit. They're healing the Hexapod now, but that won't work because it is phased. And you can't heal a Hexapod when it's in phase. Look at all the base defenses here. Eclipse, it looks like, and oh, there you go. Rage gen off. He's powering down his base defenses. Nice work. Very, very nice work. The Hexapod is back up, but it's only got Disintegrator squads in it, no Shock Troopers, so it's going to have to get really close to do some serious damage. And Corruptors coming in, and oh, is that a Spectre? We have Spectre artillery. Tournament Rift, not on that where you see a lot of artillery. It can be used tactically, but it's not one of those levels that favours artillery that much. But in this situation, it's going to work to Revive's advantage. And all of a sudden, oh man, look at that artillery strike coming over the top. Obviously not too much damage because there's just one, but that's just going to help him whittle away the health here and maybe destroy some units. There we go. Corruptors going down. There's actually 5 Corruptors, so Eclipse is just pouring all into his Hexapod and his base defenses. Can Revive crack this? I'm actually quite surprised that he's doing this. He's got 2 Spectres now. He's really just been milking this little bit of field here and that there. He's selling off like crazy, getting some money there. He could suck up that other spike. Someone needs to do something about that blue Tiberium. It's right there for the taking. I'm not sure why no one's doing something about that. Looks like Eclipse has fully healed his Hexapod, but he's burned so much Tiberium here. And what does he have to show for it? I mean, he poured all in his tech, and did he build another drone platform? Eclipse, oh man. I really don't think that was necessary. All Rage Gen goes off again, and he manages to power down, but not before he got 1 volley, and even destroys some of his own Corruptors. That's not good. And this constant artillery strike, there's 3 Spectres there now. Oh man, that is... Eclipse is not going to be liking that, 1, because he doesn't have any artillery, and 2, he doesn't really have any units aside from his Hexapod, and that is not going to work, because he's going to walk straight into this killing zone, which is what Revive wants. And Revive, I have to say, he is doing a magnificent job, especially since he has almost 0 economy with his units here, and with his maneuvering and positioning. Eclipse has gone a little bit too heavy into his Eradicator Hexapod. He needs more support units. He can't just one-man this, or one-unit army this, which a lot of people try to do. He does have 4 Corruptors, which makes it a little bit easier, but look at that. That artillery strike kind of missed, actually hits those Hexapods, not Hexapods, Corruptors pretty well, and I think he's going to lose it right now. There it goes, and that is the backbone of Eclipse's defense here. All these Corruptors walking to their doom. I don't think he really should have done that. And oh man, Eclipse has surrendered at the sight of that. What an amazing game that one was. I can definitely understand why this one here is definitely going to hit the popular replays tab. That was 27 minutes 40 seconds, so that was that was pretty super late game. I think once you hit 30 minutes that would be super late game, but this is like a kind of medium late game. Actually no, long late game, not super late game. 30 minutes super late game, 25 plus long late game. There you go, I'm just making crap up now. 27 minutes 40 seconds, so very nice considering there was a lot of action in that game. You see unit tab up and down. Obviously Eclipse remaining pretty steady towards the end of the game. Big loss of units there, that's not good. And the artillery at the end of the game really came in and saved Revive, considering... Now this is the thing, structures tab, obviously there is something wrong with that because you couldn't have had 0 structures for like 5 minutes. So that one there is a little bit out. I'm not quite sure why it does that sometimes. But anyway, we have the resources tab. Super weapon obviously a fate. Eclipse obviously ahead the whole way, but he was just under siege the whole game, and he was spending all of his money back on more economy and on base defense, so it really wasn't showing, considering he didn't really attack any of Revive's bases until the very late game where he was attacking the center. And as you can see there, managing to pull ahead, but Revive was managing to gain a little bit of Tiberium from leeching there. As you can see, not as massive as down here, but still getting enough Tiberium to fight, and that was well done considering, yeah, how the end of that game was going. So 0.52 kill death ratio, 1.77 to Eclipse, so obviously Revive having the low on there because Blackhand generally do disintegrate as well, the favourite unit by eXs.Pulse. Revive had attack bikes 211,000 versus 163,000, so 73, 83, 93, so it's 45, 46, no wait, 73, 83, 93, yeah, it's 46,000 or something, yeah, 47, 8, 48,000, far out, that is a big difference. I can't believe Eclipse couldn't close it with that. It just goes to show that Revive was, yeah, obviously forcing Eclipse to spend so much money on his economy, rebuilding it, so much money on base defenses that he couldn't really attack Revive's economy, and Revive somehow, even though he got far less money, just used his units a little bit better, even though the kill death ratio doesn't represent that. But you're probably tired of me talking now, and this is a very long VOD, so anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time.